The Simulation World Auto Group, Swag, and Studio Displays, along with your home for sim racing, LSR TV, Race on Texas, and CRN Sports presents a new Dirt Esports League of the World of iRacing. This evening, it is the FergieShop22.com shootout, the ShopFergie22.com shootout from the Lion Springs, Florida, just outside of virtual Barberville, the Volusia Speedway Park. We're ready for opening round action of the Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series on LSR TV. Good evening. I am Wesley Outland in Durham, North Carolina, joined by Charles Wooten, backup announcer and executive producer as well. Running double duty, but I'll tell you what, Charles, we love dirt racing. You love dirt racing like I do. Of course, we love all racing. We're involved in all racing. Something about dirt racing. It's all exciting, and definitely for a lot of time now, the esports world has put their place in the world of the map. We're going to see a cool series here tonight with the Swag Dirt Late Models presented by Studio Displays.
Yeah, definitely are. Yeah, glad for a couple of things here, Wesley. One, Studio Displays coming on board here for this series as a presenting sponsor. And, of course, two, you know, Wesley, it just gets a little old every once in a while having to hear you say kick a little asphalt. Tonight, we're slinging dirt.
It does. We're going to sling some dirt, brother. Definitely. You know, I get to be the one of the announcers of the World of Thunder on Sunday nights with their program on Sunday evenings. And one of the cool things is, you know, we do dirt late models for the pros, the supers, modified sprint cars, you name it. We've done the 87 Cup cars on dirt. Now we're bringing the big bad boys, the 900 plus horsepower warlords, virtual kaleidoscope of colors here this evening on LSR TV, Race on Texas, CRN Sports for the audio coverage. And again, this is going to be a cool show. And in addition to that, some of the best of the best in virtual iRacing dirt super late models are here. Plus the National Dirt Late Model Racer, the car number 22, Sweet Bloomquist chassis out of Mount Holly, North Carolina, Chris Ferguson. You can call him Fergie Time, Chris All-In Ferguson. He is here. He's ready to go, and he's going to make an attempt to try to run this entire Swag Studio Display Super Late Model Dirt Series this year.
Yeah, we're looking forward to having him on board. Again, a lot of great drivers, 37 drivers last count.
Yeah, last count, 37 drivers ready to go. And, I mean, we got some of the best that are here ready to go, like Blake Majulis, Barry Sorensen, Brandon Gagnon. You've got, of course, in the mention of Ferguson, you've got Drew Hopkins. You've got Ethan Toder, Dylan Wilson, Jacob Fields, Jennifer Hans. We've got a lady in the field ready to go. And I think what's so cool also is we have drivers that are even pavement racers that are also going to try to compete and get ready to go for this program as well. So, hey, listen, the stage is set. When we come back, let's show you the format real quickly. When we return, qualifying, heat races, and then the alphabet soup. From the heat races, we'll have 5 heat races, top 3 transfer, or top 5 transfer, my apologies. Or, no, correction, it is the top 3. The top 3 will transfer from the heat races. Then we will go through the alphabet soup here, like the Chili Bowl, or like what you see on the World of Thunder on Sunday, Cody, where we will go through, Charles, the D, the C, the B. If you make it from the D, you go to the C, you go to the C, you go to the B. Then you got to go from the B main to go to the A main, and then that's going to lock in that 50-lap feature coming up.
Yeah, it definitely is, and they're out on the track here. Obviously, you got to shout out to the sponsors. Got to thank them, but qualifying going to be done very quickly here, Wesley. I know it says only 2.5 minutes on the clock, but they are going to wrap this up very quickly. These guys are going to get out here, get their laps in. Look at this. We've been in qualifying, maybe 40 seconds? 16 drivers have taken time already, with Ryan Underwood in that 46 machine, a 16.983, the fast time here already.
Yeah, right. Not anymore. Nick Cooper going to go to the top of the board. The man out of Waterloo, New York will go to the top now in his qualifying run. He's on the clock now, 15.98 on lap number 1. Let's see what he can do on the second lap, the number 35 entry. Nick Cooper, Ryan Underwood, Jacob Fields, Tanner Tomasi, and Jonathan Combs currently right now your top 5 of 37 entries that are attempting to run here tonight for the ShopFergie22.com events here tonight for the opening round of the Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series. Cooper right now the top of the board, followed by Underwood. They're 1 and 2. And here you see now the number 44 entries out of Rutherford to North Carolina. That's going to be John Ruggiero Jr. He'll be ready to go. We'll see what he can do. And also on the bottom, you can see the time of how fast these drivers are turning.
It looks like he's going to shut it down.
Yes, sir. 16.112, I think, is the last time they said. And here comes the car number 72, but actually he's in the 112. Car number 112 at Greenville, South Carolina. That's going to be Devin Morgan, and Devin Morgan will turn a 16.048. Kernan Church just finishing up with his times as well in qualifying, and they're quickly finishing this show. They're not wasting no time. As again, we just saw Kernan Church at Mesa, Arizona, just wrap up his qualifying, and here comes Tyler Wicks on the speedway now on car number 6.
Yeah, and he's going to shut it down so quickly. We're going to go over to, dare we say, the man of the hour here. He hasn't really won the race, but, he is kind of doing this whole thing here with the ShopFergie22.com. So, you definitely have to give him a shout out in that number 22 machine.
Ready to go in that car number 22 entry, Virtual Sweet Bloomquist chassis entry to Mount Holly, North Carolina. It's going to be Chris All in Ferguson. Let's see what he can go. It's Fergie time here. Volusia virtually on iRacing. 16.042, and we'll see where that puts him in qualifying. He's kind of in the top 30 right now.
Yeah. Is in heat race number 1 going to come out kind of limited here what we'll do for the release. We are in a big transition, Wesley, as a lot of people know. So what we can do here is we're going to go ahead and put this up on the screen right there. That is your lineup. That, Wesley, I know you've been around dirt racing a little bit here, especially in the real world, but Majulis, Fields, that is a stacked front row coming into here to heat race number 1.
Oh, yes, sir. Let's get it started. Here's your starting lineup for heat race number 1, ready to go on the speedway as these drivers, again, will prepare to go. You have Blake Majulis on the pole. He's ready to go in the car number 127 of Asheville, New York. To the outside, Jacob Fields in the 007. Keep an eye on him. He's always one of those drivers to watch in the race for all the events that he competes in. And we'll see where he ends up out of Columbus, Indiana. Row number 2 is going to find Drew Hopkins out of Mount Vernon, Kentucky. Rutherford to North Carolina, John Ruggiero Jr. in the 44. Row number 2, Brandon Johnson from Harlan, Iowa, along with Will Duvall from Morgantown, Mannington, West Virginia, will be in the car number 32. Then you've got Bladen Edwards out of Pensacola, Florida, in the 72. And there is your lineup for heat race number 1. Taking the top 3, and these drivers getting ready to go here. Again, I think it's going to be 8-lap heat races or 10-lap heat races.
We are showing 10-lap heat races. 8 cars, 10 laps. You know what that equals? It means you have got to push it to get to the front quickly. Again, these guys all paid in to race here tonight, so they're running for weekly money as well as a championship fund at the end of the season, which could grow depending on sponsorships coming in, stuff like that. So right now, all it is about getting to that A main. You've got to get to the A main if you want to have a chance at making some money tonight.
And here they come, ready to come to the starting box. The Rocket Racing setups restart area to turn 4, green go in the air. We're underway. Here for heat number 1, history is made for the Swag Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series on LSR TV, Race on Texas, and CRN Sports for the audio coverage. And quickly on the jump, it's going to be Blake Majulis. He'll be the man of the early lead. He'll pull away there. On the Ryco Motorsports restart zone. My apologies, I slipped up on that. Ryco Motorsports restart box, and we are underway here. Majulis, man, leading the way, but here comes Hopkins in a nice battle with those drivers in 3rd, along with Fields as they work at turn 4. Good laps underway, and again, it is all Mr. Blake Majulis out in front here.
Yeah, Majulis out front. Jacob Fields in that 007 is like the James Bond of that 007 on a mission right now to try to get by Drew Hopkins. Hopkins saying, I'm going to have none of it. I'm going to put this pink and white breast cancer awareness car into victory lane here tonight. So we'll see if he can hang on to it. But now Fields under pressure there from Johnson.
Nice little battle continuing as they work their way off of turn number 4. We're taking 3. Jacob Fields is right now the man on the outside looking in. Braden Johnson from Harlan, Iowa, trying to size up those drivers along with the driver of Mr. John Ruggiero Jr. He's going to get a run there off the corner. Can't seem to find anything yet there as they come to the line. And it will be currently now halfway. 5 down and 5 to go as Mr. Blake Majulis from Asheville, New York, the driver for Team D1RT, leading the way right now in that number 127 powerful machine. Hopkins in the number 2 spot. Again, the driver, True Hopkins out of Mount Vernon, Kentucky, doing a phenomenal job. And then it's going to be the man out in front, Majulis, holding everybody at bay. Good racing here in the early going at Volusia. And Volusia's one of these tracks, Charles, where you can see exciting racing, and then sometimes you can see kind of the leader pulling away from the pack, and we're seeing Blake Majulis do that now.
Yeah, he is definitely doing that. And one thing you can see here, too, is he's pulling away right now. This track is very, very sloppy, as I like to refer to it as. You can see all the dirt and particles and mud flying up into the air. And now you're starting to see a little bit of dust. This track is probably going to slick off by the time we get to the feature race here in a little bit. And that makes you wonder, is that car going to be as good as it is now? Or are you going to see some of these guys that are behind him right now come to life when that track slicks off?
Yeah, for sure. As the race continues on, everything is going perfectly for the time being for the man Blake Majulis as he'll take the swag. 1 to go. Final time around here at Volusia off of turn number 4. The man out of Asheville, New York, Blake Majulis, will be the winner of the first ever heat race for the Swag Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series here at Volusia Speedway. And that is it, how they all go. Top 3 will transfer in. Again, here is your results for heat race number 1. As are we going to post them for the results, Charles? There we go. All right, but thank you. I know you said you thought you had it ready. Just making sure. By the way, unofficial race results presented by SawBlade.com. Blake Majulis is the winner, over half a second to Drew Hopkins, the man out of Mount Vernon, Kentucky. Jacob Fields will finish in 3rd. Now for Johnson, Ruggiero, Rolls, Duval, Edwards. They will either be in the D, the C, the B main, and possibly not a D main, but maybe a C and a B main for the rest of the lineup of the 37 drivers signed in. Here we go. Heat race number 2, another 10 laps. Top 3 will transfer in from Bakersfield, California. It's going to be the big that we call the Kool-Aid man, Dylan Wilson. He's on the pole to the outside. It'll be the driver of Tanner Tomasi in the number 09. Row number 2 is going to find Chris All-In Ferguson, the Sweet Bloomquist virtual chassis, entry number 22 out of Mount Holly, North Carolina. He's ready to go. And of course, it's also going to be the driver of Jenny Parker in the number 40, followed by Michael Martin, the father of the stepdad of Chris Ferguson. That's going to be Michael Martin, the 55, followed by Chad Stodmeyer in the 29. Pete Pelini out of Michigan, ready to go in his machine, ready to go in car number 51. And Jesse Pate will tag the back in the number 31. So there's your lineup, another 10-lap Pete race. And again, Charles, top 3 transfer to the A main. We're going to come to green next time by.
Yeah, and I hate to interrupt these studio displays, super late model action, but I do have to point this out. I do apologize. Everybody knows here at LSR TV, we push the limits. That's what we do here. We try to make it as good. So hopefully that blinking will go away here in a minute. That's a product of us doing the quality we do here, pushing it to the limits, running SLI, which iRacing does not fond of too much. They don't like it, but we do it anyway. So it should clear itself up here shortly, but the race is on. Green flag is out, and right now it's going to be Wilson and Ferguson battling, and I definitely want to see Ferguson make it to the final race here tonight, Wesley.
And right now the man out in front out of Bakersfield, California, it's going to be the driver Dylan Wilson Ferguson of the number 2 spot. He's right now in that transfer position of the virtual Sweet Bloomquist chassis and trade to Mount Holly, North Carolina. He'll be one of the drivers to watch this weekend in the 40th running of the Dirt Track World Championship. It'll be at the Portsmouth Raceway Park. Always one of the best of the best in the number 22 entry. He's won that event a time or two for the non-qualifiers race. And of course, now we'll see what he can do. Right now, he's up 1 spot starting this event now. He's in 2nd. Dylan Wilson, of course, the man still out in front. We got now 3 laps complete of 10, 7 remaining, 2 to halfway. And heat race number 2. Down the back straightaway they go. And Fergie actually starting to get some company. Here comes Tanner Tomasi trying to stick his nose on the left rear on the bottom out of 4.
Yeah, this is a battle right here, Wesley. You're looking at a professional racer that does this in real life, and then you've got Tanner Tomasi. He, for as far as I know, is not a professional. He doesn't do this weekly, traveling around the world racing, or at least United States racing anyway. However, he is good. He can win races and win big. That's, of course, why you'll see right here. You look at the back of his bumper. Well, you can see it on the side. D1RT. That is D1RT domination over there with Rocket. And, man, they only pick the best of the best over there.
Only the best of the best will do for sure. Is again Dylan Wilson, and we mentioned him, the Kool-Aid man, in the number 80 machine, doing a phenomenal job out in front right now as they work their way again back off the corner into the lap in with Dylan Wilson. Coming up to 2 laps to go next time around. Ferguson in second spot, Tanner Tomasi third. Down the back straightaway they go. And at turn number 3, they're going to work their way off the corner. This time by, it's going to be 2 to run. And again, out in front, a great run there for Dylan Wilson. They're going to be Blake Majulis and Dylan Wilson on the front row. That's what it's shaping up to be. And it looks like we're going to also see the driver of Chris Ferguson starting this race in 4th. When this is all said and done, here they come to the line.
Yeah,
white flag, I'm going to be in the air next time by.
Yeah,
here it is, swag 1 to go.
Swag 1 to go in there. Dylan Wilson out front again. You kind of figure if he's going to be in a race, it's going to be one to watch as there they come to the line, and you're already starting to see this track get a little bit dry there in one spot, but that race is going to be over as we'll go ahead and pull up your results for heat race number 2 as it's in the books.
Oh, yeah, it's in the books and said and done. And when it's all said and done, it is going to be the driver, the Bakersfield, California, number 80 of, the Kool-Aid man, Dylan Wilson. He will take the victory over Chris Allen Ferguson. Second spot, he will transfer in, as well as Tanner Tomasi in the 09. Everyone else will go through the alphabet soup coming up here next. By the way, unofficial results presented by sawblade.com. We get ready now for heat race number 3. Heat race number 3. Again, it will be another 10 laps. Top 3 transfer on the pole in the car number 35 entry ready to go. Always keep an eye on this man. There's going to be Mr. Nick Cooper out of Waterloo, New York. Nick Cooper in the car number 35. Row to the outside, it's going to be Aaron Kitchen in the number 17 machine. Aaron Kitchen is ready to go in his car. And I want to make sure if I got his notes here. Aaron Kitchen on the second position. Row number 2 to the inside out of Greenville, South Carolina. Devin Morgan, he's a real racer. Also, Logan Heiler will be beside him in the car number 2. Logan Heiler in the number 2 machine comes to us out of Marion, Iowa. Then we move on to Hagen Sorensen on the racetrack. He'll be the next man ready to go in the driver of Hagen Sorensen. Alongside with the 45 will be Kernan Church. And Hagen Sorensen, Kernan Church at Mesa, Arizona. And in the back will be Brandon Gagnon at Whiteville, North Carolina. So there is the lineup. As we continue to rock and roll, they're going to make their way to the Ryco Motorsports restart box next time around. And again, top 3, Charles, going to the A-Main here tonight at Virtual Volusia.
Yeah, as we get ready for the green flag, we talked to Church a little bit earlier tonight, and he was nice enough to give Ferguson his number of the 22. That was usually his number, and when we talked to Church, he said, I'll give him my number, but he has to let me run his paint job. I don't think he's actually running Ferguson's paint job, but he said he wanted a trade, so we'll see if that trade ever works out. But the green flag is out as Cooper out front, Kitchen right behind him in the 17. So a good battle ensuing already as Devin Morgan and Hagen Sorensen right there in this battle as well for second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, good clean racing underway for the time being with Nick Cooper, the man, going to bring him to the number opening lap. The man out of Waterloo, New York, the 17 machine. Kitchen on the inside, going to carry Morgan and Sorensen with him as well. And again, as we said, we got drivers on the national level like Chris Ferguson here, but we've also got these best of the best of iRacing and some up-and-coming stars having a chance to have their chance to be in the spotlight, like Kitchen, like Sorensen, battling drivers like Cooper and Morgan in this mix. And another thing that impresses me as well as we watch these drivers work on lap 3 with still Cooper out in front, Charles, we got drivers all the way from California to Carolina, New York to Florida, and even Texas running this event tonight.
Yeah, there are people all over the place, and that's one thing that is absolutely amazing about iRacing.com is the fact that, these people may not have the funds, to do this in real life, but just like real life, you're all over the planet, or over the country, and possibly the world, racing in one location. The only plus to it is, well, in some of their cases, you get to sit in an air-conditioned room, and mine, in your case, not so much.
Coming up on halfway here with Nick Cooper, the man still out in front of the car, number 35. Watch this battle heat up again off the corner. There's Kitchen trying to reel him in. Morgan Sorensen, Tyler Gagnon. By the way, thanks again to Gagnon, the man out of Pineville, North Carolina. He is one of the people that are behind Studio Displays, being a part of sponsor for this series. You're running on board on the swag camera with the driver, the number 17 of Kitchen right now, trying to close in on Cooper. Time running out. They got 2 to run next time around when they come to the stripe.
Yeah, they definitely are running out of time. They need to go, especially for Brandon back in that 83 machine. Got Studio Displays on the hood. For someone who runs a lot of asphalt, he's not doing half bad. He is going to have to go through the Alphabet Supers tonight in 6th place. But willing that machine very well as Nick Cooper is coming up to get the 1 to go.
Flag 1 to go when it's all said and done. What a phenomenal job for the driver there. Getting it done here so much in the car, number 35 at Waterloo, New York. Now the second driver from New York to win, but Kitchen trying to give him a fit. He's got to run on the inside. Will he get him at the stripe? No, he will not. Checkered flag, and it's going to be Nick Cooper taking heat race number 3 here for the Swag Studio Displays Super Late Model Series. Nick Cooper, Aaron Kitchen, Devin Morgan. The top 3 will transfer into the A main. Everyone else will have to go through the alphabet soup again. Sorensen, Heiler, Gagnon, Hendra, and Church. By the way, this is coverage of the Swag Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series. And again, we appreciate them very, very much for what they've done, for being a part of this event.
Yeah, we definitely, and we got some good stuff for you here coming up here in a minute. We're going to have a little bit of a warm-up in between our mains as well. We'll definitely show you what Studio Displays can do. I got the chance to watch some of their commercial footage today, and Brandon always talks about how he likes his job. He has fun there. We always hear what they do, and I think the best part about Studio Displays that I got to see today is they built a display for Krispy Kreme. I mean, what better job could you have if you get to build a display for Krispy Kreme donuts? I hope they got some free donuts.
Hey, let's knock out the lineup really, really quickly. Heat race number 4 on the pole, the number 46-inch out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, the weed eater of Mr. Underwood. That is going to be Ryan Underwood. To the outside, it's going to be Jonathan Coombs in the number 87. Row number 2, we'll find Chase Hardy out of Winchester, Virginia, the number 16. To the outside, James Grace in the car, number 269. Keep an eye on him. James Grace, ready to run, always a contender, a former champion out of Fallon, Nevada in the World of Thunder. Again, that is the driver of James Grace. Out of Independence, Kentucky, it's Ethan Toder in the number 1 machine. To the outside of him, the car number 78 of Aaron Johnson. Aaron Johnson in the number 78 machine. He comes to us at a Straight Fork, Tennessee. And finally, in the back, it is going to be Tyler Wicks in the number 6 car. And Tyler Wicks in the number 6, ready to go from the tail, taking 3. Final heat race to the A main. Everyone else going to the alphabet soup with Underwood and Coombs on the front row of the Ryco Motorsports restart box. Here they come. Green in the air. We're underway. Heat number 4. We're taking 3, and on the jump quickly, it is Ryan Underwood. They used to call him the kid. Now they call him the weed eater. I call him the lawnmower man. He plowed through the field the other night on the World of Thunder, and now, Charles, we'll see what he can do. And that number 46, the boy out of the Tar Heel State, leads the way on lap 1.
Yeah, his name may be Underwood, but I can tell you what he's not, Wesley, and that is under fire. He checked out, laid the keys on the counter, said, see you later. I'm moving on to the front. Meanwhile, the 116 and the 23, that is Hardy and Toder. Those two are just neck and neck. And don't count out Coombs and Grace back there as well.
Opening laps here, it's going to be the man out in front, working now lap 3 complete of Ryan Underwood. Here comes now Toder battling alongside. with Hardy, all these drivers in the mix. Good racing, good camera work. They work their way off the corner. Still Ryan Underwood out in front watching this battle. I believe this is Hardy. This is Hardy and Toner battling. This is actually Toner and Hardy for position. This is for second and third.
And it looks like Toner is going to get it.
Yes,
as we drop back to Hardy. There he goes on board with Hardy, and he is trying everything. He's going to catfish it. Oh, and it looks like he had a shot in the shorts from somebody.
Problems there for the man almost there. Give us a little scare. The driver on board out of Independence, Kentucky. Ethan Toner there in the number 1 car. He's in second spot right now. There's Ryan Underwood, the man out in front, down the front straightaway. This time by, they're going to come to the flag and cross flags in the air. Just after halfway, working the second half of heat number 4. Top 3 will transfer. Ryan Underwood trying to get into the show. The man out of the young kid out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, building up his resume. He's ran a couple of races, a time or two at the Dixieland Speedway. And he'll come across the line into the lap of the board. We got 3 laps to go. As Blake Majulis, again, the man that'll be on the pole right now. You've got Ethan Toder on the outside trying to reel him in. Here is also the driver of Chase Hardy out of Winchester, Virginia. Related to Dirt Super Late Model driver Kyle Hardy. A lot of times Chase Hardy helps out his brother on the pits working on cars, whether it's the 79 or the number 2 or any kind of other cars he's had along the way. He's always a big helping out big brother there as we come to the line, and we are working 2 laps to go, and it's all Underwood out in front. Now the swag one to go. Final time, Charles, down the back stretch for Ryan Underwood.
Yeah, Underwood going to be putting that thing right into the A main as we go to, of course, your finish camera here. And good battle so far in every one of these races. We really haven't had any bad races as you look at the results here for heat race number 4. Ryan Underwood getting it done once again.
Ryan Underwood, the winner of the car number 46. Second spot again going to Ethan Toder, and James Grace will move in to the show. Top 3 transfer, and everyone else will again go through the alphabet soup. Continuing along here with C mains, B mains to the A mains and more. We'll step away. Coverage from Volusia. In a moment, we return on LSR TV. Race on Texas, CRN Sports. This is the Swag Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series.
I would recommend studio displays to any company that participates in trade shows. Sometimes it's hard to find a partner that truly sees your vision, and so working with studio displays, they were able to take my vision and magnify it even more to set our brand apart in the marketplace. We want to set ourselves apart from our competition, and so we didn't want a traditional trade show booth. So we came to studio displays with a challenge, and they raised the bar. They exceeded my expectations, and I would recommend them to anybody.
Cole Duggar will be on the outside from Tennessee. Then you've got, of course, Justin Sizemore from Tennessee as well. Mike Augustine in the 72. Trey Galgan in the 49. And Ken Byron also in the car number 10. So we have one more heat race left to go. It is the top 3 to transfer. We quickly come back from commercial. Thanks again to Studio Displays. Green in the air. We're underway. Let's rock and roll. We're taking 3. Charles in turn 1.
We're taking 3, and Evan C. ain't going to be one of them.
Upside down. Trouble on the racetrack, and I want to say it's Evan C. What a tough break for the man in the Team VLR entry car number 33 to Chesney, South Carolina. I'll tell you what, as we check a look at our Swag instant replay, Charles, we don't normally cover dirt much on LSR TV till now, but you normally don't see drivers like Evan C. on their lead, especially at the start. Look at what happened to him.
Yeah, it looked like Evan C. either pushed up or something definitely happened there. We'll take one more look here and see if we can't go to the drone camera here. Again, they're coming to the line. I'm not sure if Evan C. just didn't get a good start, pushed up, or just wanted the top line or something, but you'll watch right here as the pace truck dives off right there. He just gets sideways and right into Cole Duggar.
Honestly, it looks like he didn't fire. By the way, drone coverage, copter coverage, or the blimp view, as you're checking out right now, on LSR TV, coverage is presented by All American Pools. So again, thank you again to All American Pools for being the sponsor for that. But again, it just seemed like he didn't fire. He didn't go. Maybe was he playing past possum with the leader on the inside? Maybe trying to say maybe he jumped.
It very well could have been, as you know. I try not to make puns on names, but maybe he just didn't see the green flag. And
now the man out in front is going to be Cole Duggar. Cole Duggar is the current driver that is leading the way in the car number 11. Well, actually, correction. No, it's actually going to be, Dustin Sizemore. It ain't his fault. He's the man out in front. Looks like Cole Duggar might have a problem. He's going in the pit lane for service. So a problem for the driver at Beth Alto, Illinois, Cole Duggar. This is going to bring the lead to Dustin Sizemore from Tennessee. Dustin Sizemore again will be the leader in the number 11 machine. Mike Augustine right behind him in the car number 72. Chris Stonemeyer there for third as well. Green go back in the air. By the way, caution laps do count in the effort to speeding up the show for the heat races. And we already got slamming and banging off the corner down the back straightaway. Quickly on the jump again, it's going to be Dustin Sizemore. How about it, Charles? It ain't his fault. He's out in front, and we got a caution again.
Yeah, caution out once again. And I'm wondering if this one may have been controlled by the admins.
Okay.
I do not see anybody off pace at this point. However, at the time, we were showing Evan C. already in second, and you can see right there he's slowing down. He was not in second on the scoring pylon. Those transponders, I love them. They're great. They make racing a lot easier, but just like any electronics, they are only as good as they work.
They're only as good as what you make them, as they say.
Yes, this is very true. So transponders don't always want to work there. So it's unfortunate, but that may have been a caution thrown by the admins, as nobody's out of this race at the moment. Although I do see Ken Byron out of this race. He's in the pit, so it may have been for him as well in that 10 machine. Unfortunate is everybody know who's Ken is. If you don't know who Ken is, Wesley, why don't you tell him?
Who are you talking about for a second?
The number 10 of Ken. Do you know who he is, right?
The number 10 car?
Yes, of Ken.
Ken Byron out of Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, Billy knows who he is. Billy.
I think Billy could probably be better to go. We might grab Billy in here to help me. I don't really know Ken Byron that much, definitely. So, Billy, if you could hear us, bud, who is Ken Byron in the 10 car?
Ken Byron is the gentleman who owns Ryko setups and paint shop.
Okay.
One of our sponsors for our division and series and drivers.
Well, he's mad at me right now because I accidentally call it the Rocket Racing Setup Restart Box instead of Ryko Restart Zone. But yes, thank you again to Ryko, though, man. Cool. Okay, Ken Byron, appreciate it. And he's warm in Tampa, Florida right now there, Billy.
Absolutely.
We'll try this again. Green flag going back in the air. And by the way, that was the Ryko Motorsports Restart Box. Again, green back in the air. We're going to take 3 here. They did knock off some laps because of running under caution. And we'll get this race back underway again with the man out in front of Dustin Sizemore leading the way. Coming up on lap number 4 here, this time by down the straightaway. Halfway next time around, but a great job for Sizemore. Out in front, Mike Augustine in second spot, followed by Evan C. in third. Trying to pick up where he left off of flipping in the Silver Bullet 33 to Chesney, South Carolina. Trying to size up Augustine on the top shelf as they hit the back straightaway.
Yeah, and I probably should knock on some wood for this, Wesley. I just did because I got a solid oak desk. But that was our, first caution in 5 heat races?
Yes, a second. If you count second.
Yeah. So second caution.
Oh, Augustine, I think he went around. Did he hold on to it? Yes, he did. Whoa, I thought he was going to spin.
Yeah, but two cautions and 5 heat races. We are on a roll here tonight. Again, we haven't made it to the mains or the feature yet. That may, play a different tune when we get there. Everybody bidding for the money here tonight. Again, 37 drivers, so we'll round that, of course, to 35 drivers for payout. It's going to be a nice payday for some people here tonight, Wesley.
A very good payday. By the way, it was announced earlier this afternoon how it would be broken down. The more cars, the more pay as they come to the line. 2 remaining here. In heat race number 5, top 3 will transfer into the A main, and it's the man out of Tennessee, Sizemore, out in front. It ain't his fault now. He is out in front, picking him up and putting him down. 2 remaining for Sizemore. C coming back from his problems in second. Augustine third. Charles are coming to the white flag, a wrap-up heat race action.
They are indeed. There it is right there, your swag. White flag, 1 lap to go here in your final heat race of the night. 5 heat races. And we'll probably have a D, C, and B. We're going to run the alphabet. And yes, there it is, the checkered flag. Well, should be waving. Barney the flagman deciding he didn't want to wave it, but the racers know the race is over regardless.
Dustin Sizemore getting it done in the number 11. By the way, me and him were chatting earlier this afternoon. Over 250 feature wins for that driver as well. What a job for him getting it done. Again, Dustin Sizemore, of course, the driver of Evan C. and Mike Augustine. Quick break. We'll be back with the D main on CRN Sports. Race on Texas, LSRT coverage of the Swag Studio Display Dirt Super Late Model Series.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
There will not be no D main. There will only be a C main, a B main to the A main. This will be the B main. Top 5 will transfer in to the B main from this C main. Let's give you your starting lineup on the pole out of Knoxville, Tennessee. It's going to be the driver, the 017 of Brett Rolls to the outside. Chad Stoudemire in the 29. From Pineville, North Carolina, Brandon Gagnon of the car number 83, sponsored by Studio Displays, followed by the Iowa native of Aaron Johnson of the 78. Then you've also got Ken Byron out of Tampa, Florida, the car number 10, followed by the man out of Mannington, West Virginia, Will Duvall in the number 32, Jesse Pate in the 31, followed by also Walkertown, North Carolina, Daniel Hendra in the 71. Moving on to the next starters, it's going to be Tyler Hicks as well as Cole Duggar, Bladen Edwards, Pete Pelini, and Kernan Church from Mesa, Arizona. We'll tag the back. There is the lineup for the drivers ready to go here in the D-Main. Should be a good one. Talented field here, Charles, as they get ready to go for 12 laps. Brett Rolls ready to jump. Green in the air alongside with Stoudemire. I don't know if that start will hold. They might possibly call caution on this. He might have got to jump over the rest of the field. Will it stick? That's the question. I think they possibly will. No caution being thrown, Charles. And again, on the jump, it's Brett Rolls out in front. Did I lose Charles? You there, bud? Cody, are you there?
Oh, yes, it helps if I'm not used to being in the booth. I had to unmute myself.
There you go. Okay. Come on now. I'm about to say I lost my colleague. Yeah, we got a caution here.
Caution is out as we'll go back and take a look. It's going to be back here in the field.
I say it's possibly the 22 of Church or Edwards, actually, the car number 72. With problems. Let's check it out.
Let's go back and take a look here at the swag replay. And I'm going to say Church was involved. He's got some serious damage. Oh, and there it is right there. It's the 10 of Ken Byron.
Man. Our buddy of Ryco Motorsports in the number 10 of Ken Byron out of Tampa, Florida. There, Billy Smith getting in the wall. Put us under yellow flag.
Well, unfortunately, Ken getting that wall, and you notice there, he had that butt kicker logo on the side of his car. So I would imagine if he's running a butt kicker, he's probably feeling that as well as seeing it. So unfortunate for Ken. He'll be back in this race here shortly, I'm sure. But as I said, yeah, Brandon Gagnon back there running the sponsor of this race, or one of the sponsors of the series. Of course, the race, the Shop Fergie 22.com shootout, and we get another caution. We got a little special commercial out there for Chris Ferguson. We'll throw up for you, but Brandon doing good here, but so is Brett Rolls, who happens to be one of our announcers as well.
He is. He works with us a time or two in the booth from Knoxville, Tennessee, doing a good job so far. As we continue just to rocking and rolling here.
Yeah, we've been live here about 47 minutes. We have not even been live an hour. Here we are in the C main. Of course, then we'll have the B main, followed by a little bit of a warm-up. And that warm-up, Wesley, you don't see it in real racing so much, but that is to give these guys a chance that haven't touched the track since their first heat race or second heat race, whatever it was, to come back out here and fill this track. And I will say, as the green flag comes back out, this track is not blackening up and slicking off like I figured it would, but we still have one B main to go.
Back underway with these drivers again on the racetrack, back to see what they can do, as the top 5 will then transfer again here. If you make it in the top 5, you don't go to the A main, you got to transfer into the B main coming up next.
Yeah,
True alphabet soup format here tonight.
Yeah, it's alphabet soup. I know a lot of people prefer or like the style where you have multiple B mains, like the chili bowl, stuff like that. That's not how it is here tonight. Tonight, we're going alphabet soup. You got to play your letters right if you want to get to the A main. And right now, Will Duvall doing that. He's up to 3rd as he's picking them up and putting them down with his pink car with them blue rims.
Rocking and rolling here as again it is Brett Rolls. Followed by the machine there behind him. Good run as they work their way. Duvall looking to try to transfer in as well as the laps continue to tick away. Yeah, just after halfway in this 12-lap C main, if you will.
Now, C main, of course, like you said, top 5 going on right now. Well, it was Cole Duggar. Now it's Cole Duggar again. It's Chad Stedemeyer that is on the cutoff spot. He will not make it. Cole Duggar said, I'm going to take that spot back. This is a good battle, and it happens to be the battle for the cutoff. Right now, the 29 of Stedemeyer not going to make it. He would be packing up, putting in the trailer, and going home. Duggar going to make it right now, though.
Yeah, the Beth Alto, Illinois, currently the man out in front in the transfer spot in 5th. While that goes on, it is still Brett Rolls out of Knoxville, Tennessee, leading the way. Actually, Nashville, my apologies, out of Nashville, Tennessee. Hopefully to see him in a couple of weeks when I go up there and work my 4th All-American 400 at the Fairgrounds Speedway in Nashville coming up. Halloween weekend. Right now, he is the man out in front from Nashville, Tennessee, in the number 17. Brandon Gagnon from Pineville, North Carolina. The studio displays entry that we were talking about. The car number 83's in 2nd spot. Will Duvall from Mannington, West Virginia. The Cowboy doing good for Outlaw Sports. Outlaw Esports in the number 32. Cole Duggar right now trying to run him down for that spot.
And it is the one
right now, Brett Rolls the man to beat.
Yeah, the white flag is in the air. As you see right there, he's going to come out. And looks like somebody pulling it into the pits. I believe that's Bladen Edwards, possibly.
Oh, wow.
It is. And that's going to do it. So he's going to go all the way back to 12th position. He will not advance into the B or the A. But unfortunate for him, but we do have your results here for the C main.
And again, when it's all said and done, Brett Rolls will tow on to the B main now, followed by Brandon Gagnon, Will Duvall, Cole Duggar, and Aaron Johnson. Those drivers transfer to the B. Everyone else will go to the A, on the trailer, actually. Their night is done. Quick break. We'll be back with more from Volusia in a moment. ready to go here for the last chance qualifier. This is your B main here for the debut of the Swag Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series. And on the pole, it's going to be Braden Johnson to the outside, Michael Martin in the 55 machine. That's the stepfather of Chris Ferguson of the 55. Will start second. Then you've also got drivers Chase Hardy, Hagen Sorensen, row number 2, Chris Stottlemyre, John Ruggiero Jr., Jeremy Parker, Judd Logan Heiler, followed by the other drivers, including Jonathan Combs, Trey Galgan, Brett Rolls, Will Duvall, Brandon Gagnon, Cole Duggar, Aaron Johnson. Those drivers that, again, were the top 5 in the C main, now transferring here into the B main. So here we go. Taking, I believe, 8. The top 8 will lock in for the A main. Final preliminary. What do you think here, Charles? Bring them to the green flag as they make their way to the Ryco Motorsports starting box.
Yeah, we're getting ready to get right inside that Ryco Motorsports starting box. And quickly, I'm going for the 45. It says Holland Ham, and I like Ham, so I'm going for him in this race. He's starting fourth. Green flag is out, and we are racing.
That is Hagen Ham Sorensen. Keep an eye on him as he powers down to the inside. Making a move quickly on Johnson and Martin. We're underway in the 3.
And I expect this to be just as good. 14 laps, 2 more laps than the last race. And, of course, we have 2 more cars than we did in the last race. Actually, 3 more than we did in the last race as well. But, again, this is your last chance. You know, they call it a last chance qualifier kind of for a reason. Because you have one shot and somebody's coming out. And that's
I want to say it's
Fowler.
Will Duvall, and I want to say it's also Logan in the 2 car as well. Logan Heiler with a problem. All tore up car looking like a modified for the man in that number 2. The driver out of Marion, Iowa. Here's a replay.
What in the world happened to him? It was like almost 4 wide.
And Duvall was around it. Oh, wow. What a save. He got around there, up and off the berm, into the wall, and he goes flying through the air. Let's go on board with the man out of Iowa, Logan Heiler, as we give you an extended Swag instant replay.
I'm not sure who that was. It was a white car, and they just nailed him. I believe it's right there in front of him at the moment, or going to be beside him at this point. You'll see he just gets a shot here in a minute, and that was a hard lick, Wesley.
Yeah, it's coming up here. Look at this. Wow. Oh. And you hear all the particles and all the things like coming to a stop. That's the virtual work that iRacing has done to blueprint, make things be like reality. I think it's phenomenal what they've done here.
Yeah, it definitely is amazing. And I'm not sure who that was. Brandon Gagnon. We're going to have to talk to him here in a minute. This is kind of like his debut to dirt racing. I won't say he hasn't done any, but I venture to guess this is probably one of the biggest races he has done on iRacing, with the amount of cars anyway. Not as much money on the line as some dirt races out there, but again, this is one of many in this season. And to kick off a season with 38 cars finally made it in. 38 cars for the first race of a season. That's a $15 buy-in. And, of course, in this case, I believe the top 8 going to be getting paid out. That's a heck of a deal as the green flag comes back out.
The man out of Straight Fork, Tennessee, Braden Johnson, puts it back on the loud pedal virtually. We're back on our way. And they work their way off the corner. The number 18 machine driving the colors of the Moequa Missile, Shannon Babbitt of Illinois. And the number 13, Braden Johnson, out in front. He's down for turn number 4, back to the front stretch again. And he is going to put another lap on the board. 14 laps here, 10 remaining when they come back to the line. Hagen Sorensen, Ham, as you call him, in second spot. John Ruggiero Jr., second-generation driver to John Ruggiero Sr. I remember announcing many fast-track races again when he ran Pro Late Models. The only fast-track touring win he ever got was, of course, an event at the now dormant Cleveland County Speedway in Lawndale, North Carolina, a couple of years ago in 2014, to be exact. We got a couple of cars tangling, holding on to it there.
And keep in mind, Wesley, not to cut you off, that's the 17 of Brett Rolls and the 11 of Cole Duggar. Those are teammates.
Teammates fighting it out for those transfer spots. We're taking 8. And while that goes on currently, the man in the 8th spot is Combs in the number 87. Battling now with another heated battle Across the line, Combs, and also you got Hardy trying to also battle his way into that spot.
I have to wonder there, Wesley, if you'll wreck, well, you won't wreck him, but if you'll get into your teammate for, a transfer spot, it's almost like, you'd slap your grandma for it.
You wreck your mommy, you wreck your daddy, you wreck your greasy grandma, as they say. Top shelf of the Angels Expressway, where grandma hides the cookies from grandpa. As they work their way back off the corner. A lot of great racing here so far. As again, just after halfway, Braden Johnson out of Tennessee leading the way. That man doing a phenomenal job. Again, out of Straight Fork, Tennessee. Ham Sorensen from Harlan, Iowa. Barry Sorensen there. Hagen Sorensen, Hammy in the number 2 spot. John Ruggiero Jr. third. Michael Martin, that is the stepfather of Chris Allin Ferguson. He is currently right now going to go to the show in the car number 55, doing good. And that is the way it stands right now.
Yeah, and we'll look here as we go on board here. There's where we got that. We didn't make up as the caution comes out. Apparently, we shouldn't go on board with people. Apparently brings out cautions.
Right.
And not sure here and that's the problem with, dirt track racing. We'll go back and take a look here. Is these cars, man, they whip them around so fast after the caution comes out and get going. You have to be like right on them in order to really catch who it is. But I don't see anybody too off pace here. We're trying to look at, obviously was coming in the back, and there's the caution out already. Again, not 100% sure who threw or brought out the caution. But, Wesley, I don't see anybody with a whole lot of damage either here.
Yeah, I must say it's a 78 of Aaron Johnson. While you got Braden Johnson doing well, you got Aaron Johnson struggling in his car, and he was a part of that caution, so that's why we go into the yellow flag. By the way, Swag, E-Wraps, and Graphics are the official sponsor of our cautions and instant replays, and by this event is sanctioned by the Simulation World Auto Group. Thanks again to the Sharks, Billy and Rhonda Smith. They take care of all of your wrap job needs, whether it is virtual reality to your race car, to your business, and so much more. Now they've also created an official iRacing esports league. That is Swag, the Simulation World Auto Group. Follow them at Swag on Facebook, Swag Racing Esports on Twitter and Instagram, all that good stuff. And we got the Shark in the booth with us right now, Billy Smith. Billy, you enjoying these dirt races, buddy?
I'm having a blast, man. This is a great time. I couldn't ask for much more for our first night to kick us off.
A fun time for sure, definitely, as we'll get ready to make our way back to the Ryco Motorsports restart box after the third caution here in the B main. There is 4 laps to go when they come back to green flag. Braden Johnson in the number 13, actually he's in the 18 car. He leads the way, followed by the man out of Tennessee. Then you got the other driver, Hagen Sorensen, it's Iowa native in the second spot. And Charles, we're coming back to green here, bud.
We are
in another lap.
We take the green pace truck to taking its time.
For a second. We got to bottleneck the field. We got him wrecking and flipping on the restart box.
There it is, upside down for some drivers. I don't think anybody's at fault for that, Wesley.
I blame that on the pace truck.
Yeah, the pace truck definitely did something funky there, as we may have to check him, but we're going to go back and watch the replay here.
Holy smokes. I claim the victim or the culprit, Peter, the pace truck driver.
Yeah, see, look, he does something weird. He tried to dive off, didn't do it. It stacked the field up, and then it really stacked him up back here. So
one going up and over, flipping through the air.
And, what's going to be sad is these drivers back here, unfortunately, getting involved in this, there's probably going to be some tempers flared. Hopefully, they saw kind of what the pace truck was doing, because obviously the pace truck driver having some issues there. Maybe he forgot where the entrance was. I don't know, but the pace truck driver decided he didn't want to pull off. Then he did pull off. I'm not sure what he was thinking there, but as iRacing would say, whenever stuff like this happens, he will be taking back to school and have some more training done.
And my question is this, the drivers that got caught up in that accident, do you think the race director for the Swag Series will, say, okay, man, this is not really you guys' fault. Maybe it was an error on the iRacing pace truck causing that stack up in the Ryco Motorsports restart zone. We're going to give you back your spot and make everybody happy.
Yeah, I would definitely think something would be done, and we'll watch the pace truck closer this time to see if he does it again. And if he does, these drivers are gonna be looking out for that. Unfortunately, sometimes little things like that do happen. It's unfortunate when they do. But you can see everyone on the backstretch right now.
And they are far, far away from the pace truck, might I add, as well, as we come back for the restart.
Yes, they are. And, this is how you see in real life. You stay a little ways back there if there is a pace truck. And, again, the lights are still on the pace truck. So we're going to take at least one more lap around this track. But an unfortunate deal for them, and worst timing possible here in the B main. This is your last chance.
Last chance to get her in here. Billy, back to you before we come back to green, bud. Real quickly, what was the decision made to have a swag dirt series like this tonight?
Well, we've been working on a couple things. We did a dirt race, I guess about a month or so ago, that we just tried to see what happened, and it went over really well. So when it came time to do our own series, we wanted to include dirt into it because we have some people that may be interested in being a part of what we're doing. So why not give them what they want?
All right, and we'll get ready to make our way back to the Ryco Motorsports paints and setup shop restart box. Hopefully we don't get scattered, smothered, and covered this time with a virtual metal omelet mayhem of destruction. They keep on going 3 wide for the lead. Here we go, an omelet brewing in the middle. Here comes Ham to the lead, trying to battle in the 3. Time running out as well there, Charles, as they come for the 2 to go.
Yeah, time is running out. 2 to go. It's going to be 1 lap to go right there. There is your swag. White flag, 1 lap to go. It is Johnson out front. But as I like to refer to him, is Ham Johnson going to be trying to get the win. And right now, he's giving him everything he can, but I don't think it's going to be enough. As no, I stand wrong. He got him at the line.
Ham and eggs and bacon and racing. And he will get it. What a job for Ham. It is going to be Sorensen getting the win here in the B main. Second spot. We'll put the results here real quickly. Braden Johnson, John Rogerio Jr., Jonathan Combs, Michael Martin, Will Duvall, Cole Duggar, Brandon Gagnon, top 8 transfer to the A main. And those are the drivers that are going to the show. Quick break. When we return, we will grab a word with Brandon Gagnon, and we'll be back with more coverage of the Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series sanctioned by Swag. Hey, by the way, quickly before we go to break, since 1980, Studio Displays has engineered and fabricated quality exhibits, casework, and displays for museums, corporate interiors, retail environments, universities, sports facilities, airports, and even public institutions throughout the United States. Follow them, of course, at Studio Displays to let them do business for you. We're glad to have them be the sponsor of the first ever Dirt Series sanctioned by Swag, the Swag Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series. The Alphabet Soup is complete. A-Main Racing when we return to LSR TV, Race on Texas, and CRN Sports from virtual Volusia.
I want to show you what we can do. It's like a newborn puppy. Like, I want to show you how cute we are. Come see us. Come see what we can do. You'll be amazed. My name is Kim Connolly-Wilner. I worked for Studio for almost 4 years. I project engineer, creative direction, graphic designer. Outside of Studio, I like to paint, knit, crochet. My favorite thing about working for Studio is the ability to be around like-minded people. And the work is cool. When I was first told about Studio, it was the wood shop, the metal shop, and how they can take nothing and build it. That's what I've been around my whole life, so to have the opportunity to actually work here is pretty amazing. When I came onto Studio, Tom was sort of this unicorn. So you'd hear his voice, or you'd catch a glimpse of him, you just naturally wanted to be around him. His big smile. I loved to go into his office and kind of poke at him, see what he was working on, have him talk to me about past projects. I wanted to learn what he knew. This is his legacy, everything. You feel him every day. When you sit down and you're starting a new project, it really is something in the back of your mind, like, would Tom like this? Would he think this is cool? You know, he was kind of a mentor to a lot of people, so you don't want to disappoint even though he's not around us anymore.
back here at the virtual Volusia Speedway. A quick warm-up session before the drivers prepare for the first ever A-Main under the sanctioned body of the Simulation World Auto Group, the SWAG Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series. And joining us is the driver of the car number 83 Studio Displays Late Model out of Pineville, North Carolina. Hey, Sunshine, Brandon Gagnon, you're in the A-Main. You didn't even realize it.
This is unbelievable. I was out here turning laps looking for the asphalt, but I couldn't find it, and I made the A-Main. This is awesome.
Hey, so how much fun are you having out here being normally a pavement guy like yourself on iRacing?
Guys, I'm having a blast. You got such a talented group out here. Big shout out to Studio Displays for putting this on. Swag, Rats and Graphics, Billy, Rhonda, LSR TV, Ryko setups. This setup is flying. I don't even know how to drive it.
Now you are starting dead last. What are we going to see happen in the feature for 50 laps?
The best part about finishing last is you can only go forward. But I think you'll see guys take it easy, try and gain position for a few laps. It's a long race, 50 laps, no caution laps count. Be ready for a show. Hope everybody's enjoying this.
Hey, you're going to be one of our in-race reporters. We'll check in on you from time to time during the A-Main feature, okay?
I feel like Clint Boyer the first time he jumped in iRacing, baby. Let's go.
All right, there you go. That's Brandon Gagnon. So we'll let him get back to work wherever you're at. You're hanging out with Fergie, I think. So let's see if we can try to bring Ferguson in the booth real quickly as we still got some downtime, getting ready to go here. Chris Ferguson, and okay, we'll try to get him before the end of the night. That's what we'll try to do. We'll try to grab him here before the end of the evening. So he's getting focused for the A-Main. Checkered flag is actually getting ready to come out, and we are about to go feature racing here for the first time ever. The SWAG Studio Displays Dirt Late Model Series getting ready to go for their first ever A-Main. 50 laps. And the starting lineup, we're ready to go. Meet me real quick, Charles.
No, we do not have grid. We're just going off of scoring tower. Oh, we got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your official starting lineup for the first ever Dirt Super Late Model event for SWAG with the Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series here from Volusia in the Fergie22shop.com. Not at the races here. Chase Hardy's on the pole. In the car number 127, correction, actually on the pole is going to be the 127 of Blake Majulis out of Asheville, New York. Alongside will be Dylan Wilson. Those are your heat race winners, along with, of course, again, Chase Hardy. Moving on to the back of the pack, other drivers in the field include Will Duvall. Nick Cook. No, by the way, I don't trust this timing and scoring, guys. I'm sorry. It's not correct. It is not correct.
We've got it over here. The lineup's going to be Blake Majulis, Dylan Wilson, Nick Cooper, Ryan Underwood, and Dustin Sizemore, not his fault, going to be your top 5 drivers. Drew Hopkins, and then you have Ferguson in the 7th position, followed by Kitchen, Toter C, who had a little bit of trouble in his heat race there. Fields, Tomasi, Morgan, Grace, and looks like Augustine not going to make the call in 15th. Sorensen, Johnson, John Ruggiero Jr., Coombs, and Martin going to be your 20-car field here for tonight's race, Wesley.
All right, so there we go. We'll see the field get assembled.
And again, we do slightly apologize. We usually have a grid, but the grid is undergoing maintenance right now. So we are working on it. Again, we get feedback from the fans all the time. And we use that to, better the experience here. And that is why that is down for the count right now. But what's not down is the green flag. We are racing as they're already stacking them up here, getting side by side and beating and banging around 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place, Wesley.
Yeah, and by the way, our apologies. I'm guessing they did not take 8 from the B main. Somebody changed the format on us, and I feel bad for my bud. Gagnon, because I thought he was going to be one of the guys on the racetrack racing, but what we'll do, we'll still let him be a part of the show. He'll join me in the booth here real quickly along with Charles and Billy. And Brandon, we're sorry, but I thought you were locked in the A-main.
I was clicking the buttons and nothing was going or moving. I had no clue what was going on.
Oh, man, I'm sorry for you. Well, listen, don't go nowhere. You're going to join me here a time or two during the race. So, man, just talk about what it's like running these cars. Normally you run pavement. You're on dirt. We got early racing here underway with Blake Majulis out in front, Nick Cooper, Ryan Underwood. Those are the heat race winners. They're in the top 3. Being a pavement guy, then you start running the dirt with these type of guys like Ferguson and the other virtual iRacing national stars, if you will. What's it like?
Every lap's different. Unlike asphalt where you set your lines, the track changes every lap. It starts to dry up. The cushion changes, and you just got to be ready to adjust. And coming from asphalt, that takes a lot of adjusting to get used to.
And this 50-lap feature, it could have the possibility, Charles, to fly by fast, and then it could be a caution fest. Right now, we're clean and green, not trying to jinx anything. We're 5 in, but Blake Majulis, the man out in front, Cooper, Underwood, Wilson, Hopkins, some of the best in virtual iRacing on the dirt in the top 5 as we speak.
Yeah, you better find some wood to knock on, Wesley. It's like you going and jinxing the race, possibly. We'll see. But right now, 6 laps in, caution-free. It is, like you said, Majulis out front, followed by Cooper, Underwood, Wilson, and Hopkins. Your top 5 again. Remember, based on entry fees and driver count, that is how the payout is done. And the top 8 drivers would get paid out real quickly. If you don't know what the payout is, you should have checked the swag Facebook page, but that is a nice little payout based on 30 of 5 cars. These guys paid $15 to enter. The winner going to be walking away with $125 in his pocket tonight.
How about that, Billy? How's it feel, man, to sit back and enjoy the fruits of your virtual labor?
And the caution is out.
Caution, no, we got trouble. Real quickly, hold that thought. First swag, caution coming out. And I think it's Braden Johnson of the car number 13
Tanner
who puts us
Tomasi
under the yellow. And Tomasi also involved, and we're going to find out now what happened. 3 and 4 wide, 5 wide, Fergie in the middle. You can't do that.
Oh, no. Hold on. Ferguson not quite involved, but Sizemore, I think that might have been his fault.
Yeah, Sizemore, I think he might be guilty.
Definitely, I won't say he is guilty of wrecking the 09 of Tanner Tomasi. However, he is guilty of being involved in it. We will give you that much. But unfortunately for Tanner Tomasi, who, again, is a very fast driver. I believe the winner of the World of Outlaws late model invitational we did. So we knew we wanted him in here when we started getting people. He was one of the first people we reached out to. But unfortunate for him tonight, as he is back in the back of the field. But I believe we were just about ready to talk to Billy Smith.
We were, and Billy, I'll ask you that question again, my friend. How does it feel to look and see the results of the virtual fruits of your labor?
It's been awesome. As a fan, I'm having a great time watching and watching guys like Brandon that have a personal relationship. You know, he's part of our team that we race. You know, we're involved in a lot of aspects as far as iRacing goes. You know, not only in the sanctioning side, but we have a team as well, and we do other things as well. And Brandon's a friend, and he's the one that brought studio displays, and as well as Chris Ferguson to the table tonight. You know, so I was really rooting for him to get in the race, but he hasn't. So here he is with us tonight, and just to see it, this all comes together as a team. You know, we all talk daily. You know, and to see what we put together come together tonight is pretty cool.
And by the way, my heart goes out to you, Brandon. They started 20 cars instead of 22. That's why you missed the cutoff.
Hey, I was in there for about 5 seconds when you announced it to me.
And then they booted you?
Then they booted me, but it's all right, because we're going back to green here in just a second. We're about to see some more dirt slinging.
Hey, let's sling some dirt for you. We'll rest our voices, enjoy the excitement, the roar of the swag. Studio Display Dirt Late Model Series, back to green. Here they come, the Thunder, roaring, virtual style. The Swag Studio Displays Dirt Late Model Series. Look at them, nip tuck top shelf on the Angels Expressway. Making their way up the top side in the fluff off of 2. Back down the front stretch. And Blake Majula still the man out in front. The man out of Asheville, New York for Team D1RT. Doing a phenomenal job there. And we got the other car off the pace dropping down out of the way. Here comes Nick Cooper.
Yeah, Nick Cooper and Underwood, man, they are giving Majulis a run for his money. You usually see Majulis in some of these races, and, they talk about how dominant he is, how much he runs away with the race. He is not doing that here tonight. Nick Cooper and Ryan Underwood are right there. Dylan Wilson behind him as well, and looks like we're going to have a few tangoing back there, but nobody going around as of yet.
Couple of cars battling there as a couple of drivers out of the Empire State of New York continue to lead the way. And Blake Majulis out of Asheville. From Waterloo, New York, it is Nick Cooper. As it changes, here comes the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah, the number 80 entry. Ready to go. There's Bakersfield, California's
caution
Dylan Wilson.
44.
We got a caution. Problems for John Ruggiero Jr. from Rutherford to North Carolina. The 44 going around out of turn number 4. And that'll put us under another swag caution. And here is your swag instant replay of what happened. And they were tangling 3 and 4 wide. Look at this in the middle.
Another D1RT driver and I don't think I've ever been around to meet this driver, and Sizemore gets him in the rear bumper there as he gets
it's his fault again.
So we'll say Sizemore was definitely involved. It looked like the 44 maybe got a little sideways there, and that's the problem with I wouldn't even say problem, but with dirt track racing, you get slightly sideways, and there's just 10-15 cars right there ready to take your back bumper off.
We'll take a quick break to thank our sponsor, Studio Displays. More coverage in a moment from Volusia on Race on Texas, LSR TV, and audio coverage on the Voice of Swag, CRN Sports. Welcome you back to the ShopFergie22.com opening race for the Swag Studio Displays Dirt Late Model Series. Wesley Outland. We also have Charles Wooten. We have Brandon Gagnon. And we have Billy Smith, the founder of the Simulation World Auto Group, in the booth. Brandon was supposed to have been in the A main. I feel bad for you, but they changed and took 5 instead.
It's all right. I was already out of the car looking for that asphalt where I parked at. Let's go green.
We're already back in the Ryco Motorsports restart zone, and on the jump it's going to be Blake Majulis again pulling away, but not for long. Here comes the Nets behind him with Cooper on the top side. He's going to take a couple of cars with him as Wilson. Here comes Evan C. in the battle too, battling with Nick Cooper. They're going to go 3 wide, exiting on 4 there for a little bit. Here comes Drew Hopkins on the inside as well, the man out of Mount Vernon, Kentucky.
Yeah, it has been a wild night of racing, a very fast night of racing too. We've only been here about an hour and a half. We're not quite to the halfway point right now. We have 33 laps left to go here in the A main event. I'm not counting out Nick Cooper right now. Maybe Evan C. trying to get his way up there as well, but I think Cooper may have something for these guys if that car comes around a little bit more. Right now it seems like it's going in the wrong direction, but again, this track slicks off a little bit more. It may come to life.
Working now lap number 19. As Blake Majulis is the man out in front leading the way. There goes Nick Cooper. Here comes a power move on the inside. He's going to carry Evan C., Dylan Wilson, Drew Hopkins, Ryan Underwood, all in this mix. As they work their way, you're running on board now with the man there of Dylan Wilson, the number 80 machine out of Bakersfield, California. And that's one of the things I like here, Billy. We'll bring it back to you, Mr. Shark of Swag. drivers for this inaugural event, 37 in total, from the Carolinas to California, from New York down to Florida and Texas, running this event tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'm kind of been beside myself watching this, as a fan, and if I had to take it as a fan, I'm happy with what I see, so for me, that makes me happy as well, to see the product that's actually come to life and in front of us at this point, and see these guys race and go at it. This is awesome.
Approaching halfway here in the FergieShop22.com event here, 50 lap A main. As again out in front, still Blake Majulis. Great racing still going on through the pack as Nick Cooper has been able to keep riding the top side there, Charles, but opening the door for Wilson, opening up the door now for Evan C. to close in there and make it a 3-4 car battle for the bridesmaid spot, and Drew Hopkins licking his chops, ready for one of those drivers to make an error, and he'll pounce on him.
Yeah, that's all dirt track racing really is, other than mechanical failures, which you really won't see a whole lot here on iRacing. You've really got to wait for somebody to make a mistake and get by them, as that's what they're doing. Again, I still think Nick Cooper has a good shot here to get by and make something happen. He has got his hands full with Dylan Wilson. Keep in mind, those are, right now, I believe, all three teammates. Majulis on D1RT, I believe, as well. So, yes, 3 D1RT cars up front, and again, I told you, it's D1RT domination. It says it on the back spoiler, and that's what they're doing here tonight.
Yeah, D1RT doing a great job right now. The man out of Asheville, New York, the man we call Moneybags, Mr. Blake Majulis doing the job right now, leading the way, but here comes a buddy out of Waterloo, New York. Nick Cooper on the outside, the 35 car, trying to close in ever so slightly on the leader. Blake Majulis, he'll open the door on the outside, goes up high a little bit, opens now the inside for Dylan Wilson. Evan C. there as well, trying to pick out whether to go inside or outside. We're just after halfway, by the way, in the FergieShop22.com here, feature from Volusia, on the iRacing Simulator on the LSR TV, Race on Texas, and on the CRN Sports Network for the audio coverage. And again, Brandon, a lot of good racing, a lot of hard racing. What's it like when you're used to running pavement and then you got to slide it and run up the track and crossovers and slide jobs and all the craziness that's on the dirt world you don't see in pavement?
If you're going to pull a slide job, you better get on the throttle when you finish on that slide job, or the guy behind you is going to cross you back over. I've been watching that a lot with Devin Morgan of the 112. He was back in like 16th, and he's all the way up to 8th right now, about to make a move for 7th. I've been keeping my eye on him, and in driver chat, he's telling people he's coming.
He's coming. Has he got enough time, though? So got another one up in the wall. There's going to be Devin Morgan, the man out of Greenville, South Carolina, for Team VLR. Keep an eye on him. He's another one of those talented drivers. He also races in real life. Got himself a big win a couple of weeks ago. A matter of fact, at the World of Outlaws sanctioned Mike Duval Memorial. He won the 602 Thunder Series late model event. And there you see him right now to the car number 112, working his way around, trying to close in on some more guys in the pack, as he's currently right now in 8th, trying to close in on James Grace, a former World of Thunder champion as well for a series. And he's also running down the likes of Hopkins, too, as they work their way to the back straightaway. Under 20 laps to go, 18 remaining. Going to start getting good as Blake Majulis, still the man leading the way. Nick Cooper, Wilson having a battle for second, and it's right behind the leader. 3 wide almost for a second as Evan C. thought about sticking it down there. And right now they're trying everything at bay to get around the 127. Cooper doing all he can on the top shelf there off of turn 4, Charles.
Yeah, it's like I said, they are battling like crazy right now. Nick Cooper and Dylan Wilson really have caught up with Blake Majulis here. Again, I think Blake Majulis is fast, but does he have the winning car here tonight, as those two have caught up with him? And they have to, because look who's behind him. That is Evan C. and that number 33 machine. He is not going to give them any breaks, so you can't slow down. You have to keep going forward, and that is exactly what Nick Cooper is doing right now in that number 35 machine. Does he have enough? Maybe, maybe not. I think he does.
Making his way back around the racetrack, under 13 laps to go now. As there you see Dylan Wilson and Nick Cooper battling side by side for the bridesmaid spot for second, and ever so closer trying to reel in Blake Majulis on the inside. They work their way out of 4, side by side. Cooper to second, Wilson on the inside now. Evan C. ready for these guys to make an error, and he will capitalize. Evan C., one of the best E&I racing, and we got a caution on the speedway for the 3rd time here in the FergieShop22.com. 50-lap A-main problems for the 55, his stepfather, Mr. Martin.
And I believe it was for the 55. We're going to have to take a look.
Michael Martin.
We'll see. I'm not convinced it was the 55 indeed. I believe it may have been
Oh, it wasn't his fault. Okay.
There, I believe it might have been on the 45, so we're going to take another look here, and there you go.
That's Ham. That's Ham. That's Sorensen.
Yeah. Hagen Sorensen here, and he tags the wall or something. Something happened to him here. We're about to find out, as he was definitely running in the mix of things here with Tander Tomasi in the 23 as well, and just
hit the cushion and lost it, and then he got hit into.
So unfortunate for him, as that will send him to the back of this field. Blake Majulis, though, at the front, still leading this, 13 laps to go.
Back with more to finish here from Volusia in a moment. There's a lot of esports leagues in iRacing, but there's nothing like swag. Special events, series sanctioning. The Simulation World Auto Group, SWAG, is excited for you to become a member and join our team. Weekly competition includes Stadium Super Trucks, the Outlaw Super Late Model Series, the Short Track Cup All-Star Challenge, the Winter Heat during the winter months, and so much more. Special events and venues is also throughout the year. We want you to be a part of the team. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by looking up Swag Esports Racing and jump on board with the Shark. Big money, fun times. We want you to be a part of what is the new Simulation World Auto Group. All the details again on Swag Racing Esports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll see you at the virtual tracks across the world. And if not, follow broadcast coverage on LSR TV, the weekly racer in CRN Sports. Back here for the restart. By the way, if you want to get signed up for Swag, it is Simulation World Auto Group on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Swag Racing Esports as well. And we'll get you signed up. You want to be a part of this dirt series? Get signed up today for the race next week. And by the way, another new Swag series coming up on Thursday night right here on LSR TV. Race on Texas and CRN Sports is the debut of the Pavement Marking Super Truck Series, the PMI Super Truck Series. That will be 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central right here on, of course, the networks that we just mentioned. We're coming up on 10 laps to go, and another caution problem on the 87 machine. And that's going to be the driver of the car number 87 putting us under the yellow flag.
And cautions breeding cautions.
And Combs again, yellow flag, bunched up traffic. Look out behind you, Charles Wooten. What a stack up here.
Yeah, they're going to go 3 wide here, and it looks like Chris Ferguson back here as well. Did he get involved? No, he narrowly avoids it.
That's right. Just a little contact there. A couple of cars getting with one another, and again, Combs the one that goes around there in the 87 machine.
And the one thing you can notice here, look, you see them up there. Look how just dry. I mean, they have worn out the bottom. You can see it shining, and then look at the stuff down there. You can see the tire tracks they're putting in it still. They really haven't pushed this cushion too high up to the top. You know, if this was a 100-lap race, I have a feeling we'd be knocking fenders off these cars.
Jonathan Combs out of Isom, Kentucky, the man that brings us under the yellow flag for the 4th time. Our Swag E-Wraps and Graphics caution replay showed. And again, we are setting them up for a 10-lap shootout. 10 to go, Brandon. What do you think it's going to be like when we go back to green?
If the car that finishes first doesn't have a lick of damage, something's going to be wrong here, boys.
Billy, what do you think? Who's going to be? Is it going to be Majulis out in front to win it?
I'm not. It's going to be interesting to see if he can check out like he's been going. But there's a couple guys in the back's been held up. If they get some clean running, I think he'll get a run for his money before it's all said and done.
We'll find out. It's going to be under 10 laps to go when they make their way back to the Rocket or to the Ryco Motorsports Paints and Setup Shops restart box. And we'll get ready to bring this one back to green here. Another lap of a caution. By the way, it will be single file because we are under in remaining, so it will be a single file restart. That's a positive for Blake Majulis, though, Charles, as we get ready to come back to green.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, if you're anybody behind him, you absolutely hate this. But it is a part of dirt track racing. When it gets too low or too many cautions, they go ahead and throw single file. Blake Majulis going to get a good jump. Nick Cooper right there with him, though, in the number 35, as well as Wilson Underwood and C. Still your top five. Really, the top five haven't changed too terribly much here in this race so far.
And this is going to be the opportunity to show quickly the talents of these drivers, how quickly they can get back on the whip with under 10 laps remaining to try to close in on the leader, Blake Majulis. But he has pulled away from Cooper and from Wilson, as they're right now second to third to fourth as well. Outside looking in, Drew Hopkins, Evan C., James Grace, Devin Morgan. All these drivers now is again playing defense. Hopkins with a big hornet's nest behind him with Grace and Moore, and they're all moving up the track inside, outside. Time running out 7, now make it 6 to go here at the line.
Yeah, and to keep in mind, they're all battling because they all know, again, based on the pay-in here for the 35 car field, the top 8 are making money here. So that is right where all this battling is going on here.
Look at this. This is all inside the battle that you were just mentioning about James Grace. And you've got, again, Devin Morgan all in there. Fields is in it. Tomasi all in this crazy battle behind Drew Hopkins. While that goes on, they'll come to the line. Under 5 remaining. 4 to go this time by for the stripe. Blake Majulis leading. Cooper starting to try to reel him in, but he's also running out of time.
Yeah, that is the one thing you can do. You won't run out of real estate too much, as this track will go on and on forever. But the one thing you will run out of is laps in time. You've got to battle that laps and get to the front, as we now have 3 laps to go for Majulis to bring home that paycheck.
3 remaining for the driver out of Asheville, New York for Team D1RT. Blake Majulis again leading, Nick Cooper in second as they'll work their way to the stripe. It is 2 remaining now, 2 to go. Majulis out in front, Cooper, Wilson, they might have settled it out here. They might have ran out of time, or they're about to make a big pounce here as we're working down the back straightaway.
Yeah, we are working down the back stretches. You know what's coming as they come to the line. It is, of course, your swag white flag. 1 lap to go here at Volusia, and it has really been all Majulis out front.
The man out of Asheville, New York will make history. The winner of the first ever Swag Studio Displays Dirt Late Model Series virtual event. It is Blake Majulis, Mr. Moneybags, winning here in the FergieShop22.com. A main feature here tonight at Virtual Volusia. Second spot, it will go to the driver of Mr. Nick Cooper from Waterloo, New York. Third place will go to the man out of Bakersfield, California, Dylan Wilson, the Kool-Aid Man. Chesney, South Carolina's Evan C. will finish 4th. Elizabeth City, North Carolina, Ron Under will go 5th. Then it's Drew Hopkins, Jacob Fields, James Grace, Devin Morgan, and John Ruggiero Jr., your top 10. And as that goes on, celebration about to begin for the driver of the car, number 127, the inaugural winner of the Simulation World Auto Group, burning it down. Circles, yeah, burnout time. They like doing them donuts on pavement, Brandon, just like they do on the dirt. It's going to be Blake Majulis, time to shine.
That was unbelievable. For a 50-lap race to go that quick, it just shows the talent that all these guys have. And just to be a part of it, Studio Displays, Swag, LSR, everybody. This is awesome. I can't wait for next Tuesday.
He's getting ready to rip roar and make his way to the victory lane. And coming up in a moment will be the Clan Wars servers post-race wrap-up. And hang on, watch your camera, because he's about to come roaring by you again one more time with a dirt version of the Polish victory lap. There he goes. Yeah. Yeah, eat your heart out, Wall. What a job for Blake Majulis. Again, let's take a look at your unofficial race results here presented by SawBlade.com. for the inaugural race of the Swag Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series on LSR TV, Race on Texas, and CRN Sports. Blake Majulis, the winner. Nick Cooper will finish second. Dylan Wilson third. Evan C. Underwood in the top 5. Hopkins, Fields, Grace Morgan, Ruggiero, the top 10. We just mentioned them. What a job here they put on for tonight's race, Charles.
Yeah, they put on one heck of a race as Tanner Tomasi, who I thought had a good shot here, unfortunately coming up a little bit short. Garen Kitchen followed by him in 12th. Ethan Toder. Ham, as I like to call him, it's Hagen Sorensen back there as he's got Holland Ham on the back of the car. Jonathan Coombs, Justin Sizemore, Michael Martin. Unfortunately, Chris Ferguson finishing in 18th place, still on the lead lap. And then you have Braden Johnson and Mike Augustine finishing a couple of laps down in 19th and 20th.
When we come back, it'll be the Clan Wars Servers post-race wrap-up. We will speak to Mr. Moneybags, Blake Majulis, Nick Cooper, Dylan Wilson. By the way, all drivers of Team D1RT. What a show for those men. We'll talk to those drivers. Blake Majulis, the first ever winner of the Swag Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series right here at Virtual Volusia, the home of the Dirt Car Nationals coming up in February, the Sunshine State Nationals, and more. And we'll also get a word with Chris Ferguson coming up when we return here. Coverage remaining in the books. We'll talk to these drivers. What a show to open up the Swag Studio Displays Dirt Late Model Series. Stand by. We'll be back in a second. gamers hosting gamers worldwide. It is Clan Wars servers. It's time for the official communications partner of Live Sim Racing. It's the Clan Wars servers post-race wrap-up here after an exciting event for the debut of the Swag Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series from the Virtual iRacing Volusia Speedway Park in Barberville, Florida. I'm Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten, Billy Smith, Brandon Gagnon, a four-man team. We had fun working with one another, and now we get ready to talk to the drivers here after everything is concluded. But real quick, the man that was a part of this event, he's going to try to make as many races as he can. Of course, thanks for sponsoring the Fergie Shop22.com feature here tonight. The driver of the car number 22, Sweet Bloomquist chassis at Mount Holly, North Carolina. Oh, man, this is how long me and you go back. 2009, first time ever announcing Carolina Clash. Jeff Smith won the championship. You won the Rookie of the Year. And since then, you have won some big, big shows. Probably the biggest one come at Lucas Oil Raceway back during the summer. Chris Ferguson, always a pleasure talking to you, whether virtual or reality. What's your take of being a part of this race tonight?
Man, I had a blast. Rubbing elbows and racing with guys like Blake and Dylan, Evan C., Devin Morgan, all these guys, Nick Cooper. They're the best in the world, and just to make the show was an honor. And to be a part of it, this has been a great organization. The sim racing's awesome, and definitely didn't get the results we wanted, but we had a blast.
So what is it like, obviously running a real dirt super late model car? What is the similarities and the differences of running in esports with one?
The driving is pretty close. The way the track changes throughout the night's really comparable to the real cars. When we went out there and qualified, we were pretty much hammered down, barely letting off the throttle, and then come feature time, you're quarter throttle, half throttle. So it definitely is similar in that aspect. And then your awareness is really key. You got to know when guys are on your outside or inside, and you can get yourself in a bind if you don't. So just like it is in real life.
Hey, so one of the podcasts we did this afternoon on CRN Sports was Legends of the Sport, and I had an interview with Carl Short to talk about the 40th run of the Dirt Track World Championship. I know probably tomorrow or Thursday morning you'll be packing it up and heading to the Buckeye State of Portsmouth, Ohio. What would it mean to you to pocket $100,000 and win that prestigious event?
Well, I'd hate to know how Blake, Majulis, and Evan C. and all of them feel whenever I quit my job and I race full time, because I promise I'd have time at that point to come up here and whoop up on those guys. But it would be awesome. But we'll see what happens.
It would be a fun time, definitely. Are we going to see you back again anytime soon this year? I know the plan is to try to get you in here as many times as we can for these races.
Yeah, definitely. Brandon did a great job with this whole deal, and everybody else that's involved with it. We had a blast. So 3 of my crew guys were in here. Maybe I'll get 4 or 5 next time. But shout out to Tadpole, my body guy, Michael Martin. Yeah, he made the show. He was I think he was the last car in, and then Tyler Wicks, who does a lot of the paint schemes for this whole organization. He got, I think, 6th or 7th in the C, and had a lot of improvements. So I'm looking forward to racing more, and then the same with those guys.
Hey, and your stepdad got to race with you too.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's an honor to be able to have fun with my crew guys, outside of the real race shop and real racing world. It's way more intense. Here I can run over people and not have to fix it on Monday, or ask Tadpole to fix it.
All right, so before I let you go, talk about your clothing line, all of your awesome apparel that you have at FergieShop22.com.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks to the people. There was actually 4 or 5 people that bought stuff while we were on the broadcast. So
awesome.
Thanks to you guys for putting that up. ShopFergie22.com. I want to thank all my suppliers. My mom does a great job working my trailer. Wesley, my mom, and she works her butt off. And everybody else that helps with it. And, I've been able to take a big step and really push that stuff and get it out there this year. And if it wasn't for my fan base, I wouldn't be here.
Well, good luck at the Dirt Track World Championship, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Always a pleasure. Chris Ferguson, take care, bud.
Man, thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me again.
And again, the driver of the car number 22, Sweet Bloomquist chassis at Mount Holly, North Carolina, ready to go for the 40th run of the Dirt Track World Championship this weekend. Chris Berkey time, all in Ferguson. He'll be ready to go. And, of course, now we're going to talk to our top 3 drivers taking third place in the race tonight. Oh, by the way, a team sweep. We had a team sweep last night for the Northwest Cup Series and the Northwest Tour. Now we have a team sweep for the first ever Swag Studio Display Dirt Late Model event. D1RT, the driver of the car number 80 entry out of Bakersfield, California. The Kool-Aid Man, Dylan Wilson. Did you have fun here tonight, bud? What's your take of the race?
Yeah, I mean, the race was fun. I mean, the track wore in nicely. The setup wasn't all grippy like we like to make them with the belt setups. So it made you able to move around a lot more. It made the tackier part of the track a lot faster than it normally is. So I liked it. At first, the setup had me thrown off, but once I had some laps, it was a good time.
Definitely fun watching you get around this racetrack for sure. And I love the fact that you're a star on the World of Thunder and other big races. Got out of your comfort zone. What was it like racing with? Obviously, you had a couple of similar guys you raced with, but running with a lot of different people tonight.
Yeah, I wish they would allow the quote-unquote the pro drivers to run in this. It seems like a good series for all of us to come have some fun, and I know the guys were having a good time with it. So maybe they'll make the adjustment and we'll be allowed to come back. But if not, they run a great program over here. So the guys that are allowed to run it will have a great time with every race they run in the future.
Hey, by the way, $50 you're going to make tonight for third place. How does that settle for you?
Hey, it all just goes to the real car fund, so anything helps at this point. Car's pretty tore up, so it needs some love and money, and it all helps.
My apologies, actually. I've just been told by my producer it's actually $75.
Hey, even better. I'll take that.
Sponsors on the number 80, man, the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks to D1RT Racing, to Mimi's Making to Motion. Thanks to, I think I heard Chris say that Brandon put this whole deal on. So thank you to his guys and everybody that was involved in putting this deal on. And thanks to you guys for broadcasting.
The man out of Bakersfield, California, one of the drivers of Team D1RT, is again $75 payday for the man of Dylan Wilson. Runner-up in the race, the driver of the car number 35, also for Team D1RT at Waterloo, New York, Nick Cooper. You are going to pocket $100 as well. Nick, what's your take of the race? If you had a little bit more time, if this was maybe a 75-lap feature or 60 laps, do you think you could have got around your buddy from New York, Blake Majulis?
Honestly, no. The track got what I felt like one lane there at the end. Definitely. I was trying, but at D1RT, I was happy that we were top 3. That's for sure.
Again, a fun time for you, man. Definitely battling with some new drivers in this event, plus like Chris Ferguson. What's your take on that, Nick?
Oh, it's definitely look up to all them guys. I hope someday to be there, but nevertheless, I mean, racing with them on here is pretty dang awesome. I can't thank Chris and everybody that's a part of this to put this on, and like I said, I hope someday to be as good as him and racing a World Outlaw Super Late Model.
There you go. What's it mean to you pocket $100 tonight for second?
Oh, absolutely. Like Dylan said, I could go to the real car or whatever, but yeah, it's definitely cool to be a part of it and have something to take home, and I definitely appreciate all of it.
All right, buddy. Thank your sponsors on that D1RT number 35.
I got to thank Firehouse Subs, Duffy's Home Services, obviously Bicknell Racing Products, everybody that's helps me in the real race car.
And again, the driver out of Waterloo, New York, the number 35, Nick Cooper, will be the bridesmaid and the winner of the first ever event for the Simulation World Auto Group Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series in the car number 127 out of Asheville, New York. Mr. Moneybags, Blake Majulis. Blake, I have got quite acquainted talking to you on the World of iRacing broadcast. You win another one, $150 going to you, my friend. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
To talk about this race, man, just seemed like everything went perfect for you. Jumped out, had to battle. I mean, it wasn't easy. Don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, you stayed out in P1, but you had to battle, the likes of several times Cooper and Hopkins and, of course, Wilson, all these drivers coming at you hard. You had to fight them off.
Yeah, I kind of knew when the track was going to get slick. Hopefully the track would come to me. Just kind of starting off on the pole there, I knew I was going to be, pretty good. I usually know how this track's going to wear out. It usually goes right to the middle, rubbered up to the middle, and it was kind of different tonight. You could run, honestly, like 3 grooves and still be the same speed. So I'd kind of change it up every restart. I'd go slider one end, bottom one end, middle. I'd kind of change it up every time and be equal in speed. So when you have a good track like this and it wears good like this, it's always a fun time. Those guys are definitely good behind me, so it was definitely no slacking tonight.
How much fun was it racing, doing something different besides World of Thunder or the big national races you run? Running with the swag group.
Yeah, it was fun for sure. Like Dylan said, I hope they allow us back. It was super fun. Like I said, not many cautions. It was just a fun ordeal for sure. And, to win some money at it is also a great thing. I've had crazy amounts of success lately, so just to add a little bit of money to that is honestly crazy. So it was definitely an awesome night for sure.
Hey, sponsor time and final question while you throw that out there. Team D1RT 1 through 3 tonight.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty awesome, especially on a fixed setup, like I said. And like Wilson said, usually when you got your own setup, I'd be rolling middle the whole time. But these setups were a little different tonight, and you had to chase some moisture. So just brought the drivers out, and it was definitely a good race. So it was definitely a good team showing. So, I got to thank everyone at D1RT Racing, obviously. Sim Seats, Matt Logan at ML Performance. He does a lot for me. Can't thank him enough. Folds Graphics Tanner Folds at Folds Graphics for the sweet wrap. You for broadcast, of course. Thank you for your time. I'm a girlfriend Tia, everyone that watched, and Chris and everyone that put this on. I can't thank you enough.
A $150 payday for the inaugural winner of the Swag Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series and the Team D1RT number 127 out of Asheville, New York. That is Mr. Moneybag, Blake Majulis. So, real quickly, that wraps up our extended Clan Wars Servers post-race wrap-up. Again, Clan Wars Servers is the official communications partner of Live Sim Racing. We'll start with you, Brandon. Final thoughts on being in the race, out of the race, jumping in the booth, and having fun here tonight at Volusia.
You know what, taking being in the car out of the aspect, to have guys like we did tonight involved in the type of racing that we saw, it just ground up all the sponsors, all the people that put the production together, the broadcast, the people viewing, YouTube, everything. It's just, it feels so good to sit here, not only as a driver, but somebody that has involvement outside with sponsorship, studio displays, swag, and just see it all come together and just be a very positive, exciting show. I just can't be more happy about it, minus the driving aspect. But other than that, this was great.
Billy Smith, the founder of the Simulation World Auto Group and putting together this Dirt Late Model Series. Your final thoughts as we wrap up our first ever broadcast on Dirt for Swag.
Yeah, I couldn't be happier, and I'm going to do what I can to get these guys back to us next week. I mean, if they were here tonight, I want them back next week because I think it was a heck of a show, and I don't think anybody should be cast out at this point. I would like to have them all back at this point. Tonight, I couldn't have asked for anything better. I mean, I don't really feel like anybody really dominated or made anything bad or whatever. I just feel like tonight was a great show, and I want them all back.
And Fergie, bring your dirt buddies back. Bring Twin and Ivy, and bring in Corey Gordon, and bring in Carson Ferguson, and bring in anybody else. Tyler, bring them all in. We love to have them. I know Josh Richards runs on the dirt sometime. This would be really cool to get some national guys like yourself more to be a part of this deal.
Yeah, I think I can talk Gordy, Bobby, Devin, all them guys into it. I think it'd be, I tell you what, we'd bring up the rear, but it'd be a good show.
At least that'll help pay for your tire bill, maybe, for at least one of your tires.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to borrow some from Blake this week and see if he'll sponsor my tires for Portsmouth.
Oh, fine, man. Always fun hanging out with you again. Now, by the way, Charles, what your final thoughts, buddy? Always a privilege, pleasure working with you, buddy. I know you were doing double duty, not only in the executive producer chair, but also color announcing. And then the other guys showed up, and it was fun as always, sir. Being a part of LSR TV, truly a privilege.
Yeah, well, I was beginning to wonder if we were going to get back to me there for a minute, but there, yeah, a good night of racing again. Obviously, Majula's taking up 125, 100 for second, 75 for third, and don't let that fool you for the guys that didn't. We're not talking to all of them because we don't have time for that.
Right,
but of course, fourth making 50 and fifth through eighth going to be taking home with $25 here tonight as well. So 8 drivers getting paid out, so not a bad day for everybody involved. Great racing, just overall an amazing night of racing here for the studio displays. A super late model dirt series. I'm looking forward to Thursday. I'm really looking forward to next Tuesday, but of course looking forward to a Thursday as well. Should be a just an amazing night of racing.
Yeah, that's, by the way, coming up next Tuesday night, we will be at the Lernerville Speedway. And by the way, the other event you were mentioning is the Pavement Marketing PMI Super Truck Series. It'll be on the pavement. Back on the pavement, Brandon. I know you'll be happy.
I've been waiting to get a voice in, buddy. I've been waiting. We on asphalt.
Yeah, you're on the asphalt, brother. So that'll be coming up on Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. One of the new series by Swag. Coming up soon, also the Swag Winter Heat Series and some other stuff along the way as well. Again, Swag, Simulation World Auto Group on Facebook, and, of course, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram along the way. Hey, thank you again to Harris Reinnovation Services, CMG Motorsports, Rock Batteries, PMI Pavement Marking, Body Balance by Rhonda, Butt Kicker, and most importantly, Studio Displays for joining us here again. When it's said and done, Mr. Moneybags out of Asheville, New York, Blake Majulis, a 1-2-3 finish for Team D1RT. Ferguson had fun. He's ready for the Dirt Track World Championship, and we get ready to say bon voyage for now. Thank you so much for joining us on whether it was LSR TV, your home for sim racing, Race on Texas, or even CRN Sports, the voice of Swag for the audio. We'll do it again next Tuesday night from the virtual Lernerville Speedway. For the Shark, Billy Smith. For Brandon Gagnon, for Charles Wooten, I'm Wesley Outland. God bless you all. Be good to one another. Please keep on praying for America. And again, we'll see you on the dirt, Swag style, next Tuesday night. Take care.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.